Hey everybody, and welcome back. This is another video about spiritual perfection, which is inside of all of us. Our intuition, gut feeling, go with your gut, sixth sense, all of these different things that people say from all different professions. My acting coach, my mentors, my teachers when I was a kid, they always say go with your gut feeling because it's always right. And that's what your intuition is, sixth sense. That it isn't a sense that you're getting from outside, it's coming from within. And how come every time people will say, I knew I should have done that, I knew that was the answer. They knew it was the answer. It's because they're afraid of going with what their gut is. And the reason why they're afraid is because of this virus code. Everyone, you have to rationalize, you have to think about, you have to try to think about every other option, even though you know the right answer. You go to people for advice, not necessarily even advice. You go to ask people what they think. Oh, should I do this? Oh, what should I do? Even though you know the answer the whole time. You go to people asking, oh, what should I do? You think this is okay, this is okay? And you're asking, what they're giving is an opinion. And the opinion is based off of no knowledge. It's ignorance. It's a lack of knowledge. And an opinion is not a fact. And you're asking someone what their view of things are. And the laws of the universe, you know, everything is inside of you. As my last video stated, all the laws of the universe, perpetual law of transmutation, law of polarity, law of rhythm, everything just exists through the law of relativity. All of these different laws and all of the 6 different mental faculties that we have, memory, intuition, reason, will, imagination, perception, all of these things you can strengthen, and all of these things that you can become 100% efficient at, and these things you can strengthen and become the best version of that. And that is you living inside out, not outside in. And that intuition, everyone talks about it in every field, and it's whether what word it is, whether people say it's God, whether people say it's Buddha, whether people say it's spirituality, it's something coming from the universe, whether it's you're not spiritual at all and you just know that the answers are coming to you, and it's your intuition. It's that sixth sense, people say. We all have it, and it's all perfect. Every answer is perfect. Even if your intuition is wrong, it's never wrong. Even if it was the wrong choice per se, your intuition is right, because that is what's true to you. If you were to go on a test and you were to follow your gut feeling was the wrong answer, there's no rationalizing or reasoning with what that told you to do. And yes, you know facts, and you've studied, and you go on that test, you can sit on a question for 30 minutes and rationalize it and come with the same answer that you first thought of. That's like any decision. You go to someone and you get advice or you get opinions, and you end up going with the same thing that you knew you were going to get that you were going to start with before you had any advice or opinions. And that's what I'm trying to speak on here, is that everyone has that mental faculty inside. You know exactly what you want, and even if you don't know what you want, your intuition is always there. It never goes away. That virus code of feeling that you've been implanted on people around you, feeling like you have to plan and feeling like you have to decide every single move because you have to plan and get these incremental gains because nothing just comes to you. How do you think people become ultra successful? It's because they're calm, they're at ease. They live in a state of knowledge, not ignorance. Knowledge is the positive pole thinking. Ignorance is the negative pole thinking. Everything just exists, but there are poles in your brain. In every cell, there's a positive and negative pole. And when you think about those negative pole things, you live in a state of ignorance. That creates worry, doubt, fear, and you live at dis-ease. You're disintegrating. You're not creating anything. You're worried, you're fearful. And that's what you attract. People, circumstances. If you go in there and you have the knowledge, you understand how the laws of the universe work, and you understand that everything happens for you, not to you. It's happening in your favor no matter how bad or how good. You just have to look for it. And it shows. That turns into faith. Knowing, that understanding, it turns into faith in your subconscious. And that turns into at ease. You're at ease with yourself. And you know you're in a state of creation because you know that it's coming. You know what you want. There's no how. How doesn't matter. How isn't even a factor. Just like trying to rationalize, like I said before, rationalize about the past. There's nothing you can think about. There's nothing that you can come up with that's going to change how it happened. That's like the future. You know what you want, and there's nothing that's going to change how it's going to happen. The universe takes care of that. Just like the past, there's nothing that you can think about that's going to change how that happened. The what is what matters, because that will pull you forward, and the what will pull you forward. And as you're at that state of faith and ease and understanding and knowing what you want, as visualizing it every day, writing it out, you get pulled towards that, and things get attracted to you from what that state of ease you're in that positive state. And the intuition, knowing that is the universe telling you the how. It's telling you how to do it, and you don't have to think about it. It comes to you just like that answer on the test. Go with your gut that we've been told. But no one's actually told you what that even means. Even though everyone in every profession all over has a different word, different religion has a different word, different meaning, it all is the same thing. And this is where I'm telling you that all of this comes back together, that everyone's intuition is always going every second of every single day. As you tune into that and strengthen that, you see that you'll be much happier because you're doing what is true to you. And that's where that virus code of society or people that are around you, generational paradigms, which are habits put together, habits that are passed down from your parents, all these things, that ideas and opinions have been passed down from people around you and friends and family and all these things. You know what you want and know what's true to you. And you're taught not to follow that and fall into place with everyone else. But you're never happy, and you hear all these people. Everyone always talk about don't chase money, do what you love. And then you hear all the other side where you go back into reality and everyone says, oh, conform and do all this stuff. But you keep hearing these conflicting things. And at the same time, through all of this, you're hearing so many different things that they don't put a word to it, or they don't tell you exactly what that means. Like intuition. Everyone is spiritually perfect. Everyone is built from love, peace, kindness, beauty, creation. God created us. We're supposed to put here for God's work. What's God's work? Creation. We're supposed to do God's work, which is create. And that's at that sense of ease, knowing that it's coming to you. It's already happened. You visualize it, you see it, you know it, you write it down like it's already happened because it's already true. You start to gravitate towards those things. And you're in that sense of ease, of faith, of knowing that the universe is taking care of it. That your intuition is what is telling you what to do, and it's undenying. There is no doubt. When I, throughout the years of my life, trying to suppress that, not knowing what that even meant, lived through depression, OCD, borderline personality disorder, anxiety, all of this stuff. And I had no clue what happened. I had no clue what was going on. And it was because I was suppressing the true feelings inside of me, true emotions, the true feelings, the true thoughts, all of these things. I was suppressing them completely to deny me. My brain was always trying to figure out, there was no answer ever, because there was no right answer, and the right answer was inside. And I was trying to find what that right answer was, even though it was there the whole time. And that's where all that stuff came up. But I didn't know what was going on because I didn't even realize. Well, I did deep down, but it was super far back in my consciousness, subconsciousness. That acting was what made me the most happy, that what I was most passionate about. My intuition was always telling me it'd come up. Nope, suppress, suppress, suppress. And that's the same thing with ignorance. Worry, doubt in the conscious turns to fear in the subconscious, which goes to your body, which turns to disintegration, suppression, depression, dis-ease. And you're just disintegrating. You're not creating. You're not at ease. You're not faithful. There's no faith. There's no understanding. You're living in a state of anxiety. You're attracting all these things you may not even want. You may not even understand that that's what's happening. And I've always wondered why. What this even meant. And that's okay. I was always trying to figure out the logistics of how you make friends, how you attract different, but there's no answer to it. It is all inside. It's already there. It's what you think is what comes out. All the universal laws, like I've said, they're all there in my last video. Life is a beautiful thing, and we all have perfect spirits inside of us. Recognizing the virus code and what you've been programmed is the first step. Recognizing what you want, and forming that and seeing that and visualizing that. We think in pictures. Everything you think about is in pictures. And as you get emotionally involved with that, you see that picture every day and you keep forming that picture. You write down about what that is, how you feel, what your habits are from that picture every single day. You start to form your vision, your purpose, your goal. 3-month increments, big goals after that. Things that you can do right now. What are you afraid of? Cave you fear to enter holds the treasure that you seek. I'll leave you guys off with that quote. Ladies, gentlemen, whoever's watching this video, and go off and have an amazing day. Enjoy yourselves. If these resonate with you, continue to just think about them. Write them down. Writing creates thought. And from there, repetition, constant spaced repetition, to soak this into your subconscious mind. And as you do that, you'll notice how different it feels and how different you become, impressing and feeling in those pictures, impressing those on your subconscious mind, and the person that you start to become, that you envision, that you see, that you want for yourself. Have an amazing day.